Holy, the grass is dry. We can have a grass session. Let's go.
So yeah, I was walking home from school and I realized that the grass is finally dry enough to do some tricks on it. One constant that I found about trickers is that every tricker knows way too much about grass. I mean, it makes sense why, because it's like one of our main training surfaces, but still, it's kind of an interesting amount to know about grass. Either way, I think I've made another breakthrough in my knowledge of grass, and it is regarding the soil water content. So clearly in the spring, when all the snow is melted, there's a lot more water in the soil, and all the water accumulates in the spots with the lowest absolute height, and that's why it's really smart in the spring to go to grass spots that are in the high ground. And that's obviously because the problem in spring is that the grass is too wet to trick on it, but if you go to high ground, then it will dry out much faster than the lower grounds. But now in the summer, when you're dealing with drought, which has happened a couple of times, then the high ground grass spots, they literally feel like concrete. They're rock solid. They're gonna murder your ankles and knees. So you're gonna go to the low grounds. And if you find a really good low ground spot, then during a drought in the summer, it can literally feel like spring floor, like extremely soft compared to all other grasses around it, because it's just that much lower. There's so much more water in the soil. On another note, there was actually a distinct moment when I realized that my obsession with grass will not be matched by most other regular people. And that was from the old days of summer camp. So basically there was this meeting game where kids would stand in a circle, and then one would go to the center and say something that they liked about summer. And when someone from the outside circle also liked what the kid in the middle of the circle said, they would have to go to the center and hold hands with them. And the game would go on until all of the kids from the outside circle would be on the inside holding hands. So the game starts and all the kids are saying really basic things like I like eating ice cream or having a picnic or swimming, and then my turn rolls around and me being already pretty heavily into tricking just say I like grass. And there were like 10 more kids in the outside circle, but no one would come. No one would come hold my hand because no one liked grass. It was only after the instructor encouraged some kid to come to the center that the game could actually go on. And it was at that moment that I realized that I do not fit into this society, that I'm a tricking misfit. Or I'm kidding, but seriously, how do you not, how did 10 kids not like grass? Like genuinely, what is there to not like about grass? Grass is a great thing, even if you don't do tricks on it. Anyway, I got cheated there. Not gonna lie, I'm honestly really happy that the snow days are over, because training tricks on snow is fun for a bit, but honestly it gets really annoying if you're actually trying to train seriously on snow. That's definitely not a thing that works in the cold. You can only really use the garden trampoline.
Ooh, now my head hurts. This is the classic spring grass session experience. Your body is so warm, but the air is just so cold compared to your body. And I think that's what's making my head hurt. I'll still be able to do some more stuff though.
I didn't really have a plan for what I was gonna do this session, like I usually don't. Usually my plan is just get warmed up and then do as hard of tricks as I possibly can. And this time those tricks happen to be Dub Dub and this weird cart double full hyper hook combo. Tried triple full as well, but that really wasn't gonna work out this time. Or well, I definitely could have landed one, but I just really wasn't feeling triple fulls, because I've been training a lot of fulls right now. Fulls have just kind of been boring me. I'm kind of getting over to the cork side of things. So here I had just another state of gambling until I land Dub Dub, because really, essentially, I know I can do it, but it's just a gamble whether a single attempt works or not. So basically I'm going on autopilot, just putting attempts in one after the other, and every time it's just a coin flip whether I get the right swing or not, because I'm not consistent enough to do it every time. So that just means it's gonna be gambling.
Oh, the power moves are not locked in. This is much harder to land than it should be, honestly.
And this time, thankfully, it didn't take like an eternity amount of attempts. It took kind of long, but it wasn't that bad. I maybe would have trained for a little bit longer, but my camera memory got full, and also my phone battery was about to die, so there was really no way for me to film anymore. And that's just the thing, that in the winter your battery dies fast, but in the summer your camera's gonna overheat. So there's always complications. It's actually garbage to film. But I mean, I got most of the stuff done that I wanted to do, so I'm happy. Now, before I actually say goodbye to the winter this year, I'm actually gonna revisit 2 of my snow sessions from this winter. These are actually the only sessions I had. Usually I've had more, but this year it was actually just the 2, I think. First one is where I did kart triple full on snow, which is half just a fun, hard challenge, and the other half is just for the Instagram cloud, let's be honest. But yeah, somehow it worked out in only 2 attempts, which I honestly wasn't expecting, but it was great because I didn't have to stay out in the cold on the snow for very long. One thing I did do for this one was prepare a small runaway, because doing it on just fluffy, uncompressed snow is really hard. So just compressed the snow, pushed it together with a snow shovel. That made it a lot more consistent. Dub dub on snow was definitely possible as well, but I really wasn't feeling like doing that as well at that same moment. So I'll probably might try that next winter. I'll see how that goes. Anyway, now I really ran out of things to talk about. Before I would try to gather ideas to actually keep some kind of train of thought going, but now I just really don't have much. I guess I could say why I train on snow, and the reason for that is just because I like to be able to perform tricks in all kinds of situations and not ideal conditions. I don't think it's very good if you put a lot of time into practicing something and then the only place where you can perform that act is in a very safe environment. Like with tricks, it's the gym. Let's say you're playing music and then you can only play the songs in solitude in your own bedroom, but when you have to perform to a crowd, you get stuck. That's just not very good. I'd much rather be able to do tricks up until some level on all surfaces. Anyway, if you made it this far, then go ahead, press the subscribe button. That would make me very happy.